Welcome back, everybody. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm Chris, and this is Dark Hour Tech, where we're going to bring you updated information and news about gaming PCs, PC building, repairs, upgrades, as well as other tech news. Many of you out there have heard of and use ReBar on your PC, but many out there are not aware of what it is. A number of manufacturers actually offer it, and those unfamiliar with it would not likely even know if it is even activated on their systems. As in most cases, you would only notice if you go into the BIOS or into the graphics card properties. So what is it? What does it do? And should you enable it? That's what we're going to take a look at and go over today. But before we do, I want to thank all of you for stopping in and checking out the video. And if you like this kind of information and content, leave me a like and a subscribe. It really helps the videos get out to more people, gets the word spread about the channel quicker. And now we're going to hear from a quick word from our sponsor. And well, the sponsor is going to be me because, the channel is still fairly new. So I'm just going to sponsor myself. But the sponsor really is moredarkhourpc.com. It's up and running, and if you're looking for a PC to replace a broken or aged one and are either on a budget or don't want to way overspend or even build one yourself, or you may even want just a custom build, check out darkhourpc.com. We offer custom build consultations and build services, as well as pre-designed models that can be built for you, all starting at $549 US. Also offered are repair services for the greater Indianapolis area, and Dark Hour PC really strives to provide for a fun gamer experience, whether you're a fan of Intel or AMD, with many choices in multiple different price ranges. We can even get you set up if you want your build to be shown on a YouTube video or even a live stream, and that way you can watch your PC being built. We take great pride in being able to offer great systems for those that may not want to build it themselves. We even offer ability to add items for great customizations like RGB strips or even sleeved extension cables. It really does give it that finished complete look. But check out darkhourpc.com today for what could be your next system. So what is ReBar? It stands for Resizable Bar, and it is a technology that is activated on all NVIDIA GPUs starting with the 3000 series. Now, while this is not exactly new technology, it is one that non-PC enthusiasts and gamers may not even be aware of. And in many cases of those that have pre-built systems, it may not even be activated on your system from the manufacturer. Resizable Bar is actually the technology that allows the CPU of your PC to access the full memory of your GPU all at once. Where before it was limited to a maximum of 256 megabits of VRAM at a time, this opens up the gates to fully access the memory now, and in theory that enables data to be sent and processed at a faster rate, leading to improved gameplay and ability to bump up the graphics. This technology was used by AMD with the RX 6600 series of cards in what they called Smart Access Memory, or SAM. There is a difference, though, between NVIDIA's version of ReBar and AMD's SAM, and that's the fact that with AMD SAM, it does require that you are running all AMD hardware. The GPU has to be an RDNA 2 and beginning with the RX 6000 series, and the CPU has to begin with the Ryzen 3000 series. The Ryzen 3000 series CPU does actually require a BIOS update in order to take advantage of the addition of SAM. Now, NVIDIA is a little bit more forgiving in the fact that you can use it on Intel as well as AMD chipsets, as long as the AMD chipset is the Ryzen 5000 series or newer, and as long as the Intel chip is a 10th gen chip or newer. Now, in both cases, of course, the motherboard manufacturer also has to support Resize Bar or Resizable Bar on the motherboard. Now, this is supported by many manufacturers such as ASUS, MSI, and Gigabyte. The downfall here is that many manufacturers do not list if their motherboards are specifically Resize Bar capable or supporting. In order to check for Resize Bar support, you can do a couple of different things though. Much like the ASUS board I use, you can go into the BIOS, and right at the top of the screen, there's an option to toggle it on and off. The same is available on Gigabyte boards that support it as well in my experience. And with AMD, the BIOS is going to be the only place that you can actually go to see if it's capable and if it is activated or not. Now with NVIDIA, you do also have the ability to go into the NVIDIA control panel and click in there to see if Resize Bar is activated. Now be aware that turning this on is not going to make your system process games 100 times faster, and you're not going to see 100 FPS increase in Fortnite. The main thing really is that you have to have the capable equipment and that you have to be playing a game that supports Resize Bar. In games that are compatible with Resize Bar, increases up to 15% have been seen in frame rate, but that can be varying based on the game, the CPU, GPU, and other factors. In some games, it's been reported as low as 1 to 2 FPS is all the difference that they've seen. In games that are not compatible, then there's no improvement that's been listed. Now, if you really want to know if your game is compatible, then you can check with the developer's website or Google. There really is not a massive list of games that take advantage of Resize Bar at this point. In March of 2023, there were actually only 27 games that supported it. And as of 2024, I don't have an updated list, but it does not seem to be growing exponentially. So is it worth it to go in and activate Resize Bar on your system? I think currently, if you're not right now, you're not going to be unjustly suffering. But if you do activate it, it cannot hurt. But keep your expectations realistic in the fact that if you're using it and on a compatible game, you're not going to see at most more than a slightly modest increase. But does the technology provide a stepping stone to greater impact on gaming in the future? Absolutely it does. As the technology improves and they find ways for the CPU to better utilize the availability of the full memory, I think there's a chance that we may see a more significant increase in gaming performance. The technology itself is not limited to just gaming though, as many in the editing world have also talked about benefits when using it with software like DaVinci and improving the rendering speeds. I will have a link in the description to a video by SKM on the difference that they've seen with it on and off in the editing world. But I think overall that if you do decide that you want to activate this, it's not a bad thing. As games become more and more compatible with Resize Bar, then you'll already be set and prepared for taking advantage of it when that day comes. Currently, right now, again, the list is not exactly huge as to what is compatible, but more are actually going to end up on that list every day that goes by, and as new games also get released. So activating it now only prepares you that much more for the future. But that is about it for our video on Resize Bar. Hopefully we've been able to better explain what it is, what it does, and how to activate it. And I would really like to say thank you to everybody for stopping by, checking out the video. And I really do hope that the information was useful, but let me know what you think. Leave me a comment and let me know, do you have it activated? Are you even aware whether your gaming rig or your computer setup has it? And if you have a pre-built, did it come with it already activated for you? I always appreciate hearing from everybody and would love to hear what your experience with Resize Bar is. And don't forget that if you do love MMOs, check out our other channel at Dark Hour 717 where we stream Star Citizen 3 nights a week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And hopefully everybody will have a wonderful day out there. Please be good to each other and be safe, and we will see you in the next video.